Hey folks, how y'all doing today? I'm Stately, this is City Skylines, and welcome to the fair town of Good Intentions, where we have a problem. If you remember, I know it's been a few days, and I apologize for that, but last episode we added a new rail line connecting the west side of our town with the east side of our town. New station here, and we hooked everything up to the rail line here, and everything is awesome, except that everything is not awesome. We got a little bit of a traffic jam here. Just a teeny tiny little bit of a traffic jam. And we need to fix it. So what's happening here is our freight trains are causing our passenger trains to get stuck. And I hope that's it. I hope it's just kind of an alignment issue here, but these trains are all over the place. Our freight trains are despawning, and they're actually causing gridlock at the intersection here. So, yeah. Now, I've done a little bit of prep work, and I've installed a few train stations with more tracks from the workshop. But I think one thing we're going to have to look at is this cargo terminal here. Because of the way it's set up, the cargo trains have to go through this station, obviously. And even if we were to make some kind of bypass here, there's probably not enough room to like completely get them out of the way. So I think we might have to move something. And I'm not really sure what yet. I guess we'll find out together. So let's take a look at our train station options here. These are the vanilla ones, the multi-platform end station and the multi-platform through station. But they're huge, and as you can see, even if they might fit, they're absolute overkill for what we need here. So let's see what else we have to work with. These are a 4-track city rail link. This is from the workshop. And I think this one's actually pretty promising. So let's go ahead and start by upgrading the train station. The passenger terminal, I should say. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. And we'll have to delete some track around too, I suppose. Okay. Let's see. Big train station. Good. I like this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just delete everything here, I suppose. I don't see any other options. This rail yard was mostly meant to be decorative. But it seems to have become part of the problem rather than part of the solution. Okay, and then over here, obviously, we need to do some finagling too. Alright, so I like the look of this. This is a nice train station. The Inner City Rail Link. So this is on the Steam Workshop if you're interested. It's called the 4-track City Rail Link. And it looks pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. First of all, I think we're going to have to move the freight terminal back. Let's go ahead and modern 4-tracks. I got a couple other ones. I like this one best though, so we'll stick with this one. I think we need to move our freight terminal back, which we can do pretty easily. We'll put a little loop road down here. And that should work just fine. Yeah, I don't want to, but I don't have much of a choice because, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll grab a 2-lane one-way road and we'll run it from here to here. Not like that, that's just a little too long. To here, and then back down to, oh, time to turn off the snapping again. Come on guys, play nice. Turn off the node snapping here. Alright, fine. Anarchy up in this. There. Does that look good? That looks good. Okay. Train station. Cargo terminal. Like that. And that's... no. That's not going to fly. It needs to be a little bit farther back. Yes. Fine. Let's try it again. Turn the snapsies back on and go back to here. There. Okay. What's the good word, guys? I gotta get this all to fit. It looks like I might be able to get this all to fit now. Alright, so that's our terminal. That looks good. Try to connect some things together and see what we end up with here. That was easy. Nice straight line. Then there's this. We're gonna go ahead and straighten things out here. Just want to keep it as simple as we reasonably can. Let's see, all of our snaps seem to be on here, so let's see, we'll go to... Alright, I think I need to turn some of the snaps off. Specifically everything but the angle, I suppose. Okay, 180, like so. Really? It's a little odd. No big. That's what we have tools for. This whole thing is a little low, isn't it? I think maybe I need to raise this up some. There we go. And then we'll straighten out the road that leads to it a little bit so that everything makes sense. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look good. Okay, and up and over. Or should we go under? We're already kind of on a ramp here. Now we'll go over, it looks better. Although it's a little too steep. I think we're going to have to ramp up from here instead. It's still pretty low. So let's raise this section some. Can't go too crazy. Go up something like that, and then we'll get this to 180 degrees, plop it right down in the middle here, and put the supports right in the middle of the road here. Like that. And we'll come down over a similar distance on this side so it looks pretty symmetrical. So that would be right about here, I suppose. And then we can delete this section right here. Run a straight line. Force it to the ground. Did I say straight line? I meant an elegant curve. Like that. Okay, how's that look? That actually looks okay. It's pretty straight. no massive weirdness here. It is kind of a hump. I don't know how to feel about that. Also, there's kind of a street light just sticking out there, but I'm afraid we might just have to live with that, because I don't really see any better options here. We can obviously raise and lower this a little bit, but we're not going to get it flat. And going up too high is clearly going to make this whole thing just look silly. It's already pretty steep, to be honest. Let's go ahead and take another stab at this, though. I don't quite like the look of it. Here's what we'll do. We'll go, again, 180, straight line. And we'll raise this up. What is this? Why am I not getting... Oh, because of this stuff. There we go. That's fine, right? That looks pretty good. Like that. And like that. And like that. It's still pretty darn steep, but I can make some modifications at least. I can raise this up. Raise this up. I still feel like it's too steep. It is very high over the road here, so alright. We'll go right up until there. How's that look? Not quite horizontal. I guess that's acceptable. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Alright, so next step, we need to connect this. And we're going to... Why am I getting a raised rail for this? I do not want a raised rail for this. Let's go to right about here, lower it down to ground level. It's still not at ground level, is it? Alright, now we'll just straighten this all out a little bit. Clearance here. And just a little bit of a bend. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we have like a legit bypass on that side. A little bit of weirdness with the altitudes here, so let's lower this side just a tad. And raise this. I guess we kind of can raise this. We need to raise the station a bit more if we want this all to work out. So that's what we'll do. That still looks pretty good. Raise this up a little bit so they match. Alright. Well, that's hopefully progress. I don't think we have an intersection here. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. Had that happen before. It's a pain in the butt. If you're not paying attention, you're not even going to notice it, and then you're just going to be wondering why your trains aren't using all of the tracks. Or in this case, you know. It's doing it again. See that? They're not connecting. room to connect here. Let's go for a longer... Really? No. Okay, a longer connection isn't going to fly. Okay, that connects. Just need to straighten this out. And it looks like we're good. I think we need to raise this station a little bit to get this to hook up properly. Let's see what we can do here without doing that. I'm going to try to do a very simple connection here. I'm just going to put in a single curved track. Let me get my road guidelines snaps on, and I'm not getting my road guideline snaps. That's okay. We'll do this manually. Okay. Right. And now we'll upgrade it. No? That looks pretty decent, but it's a little low here. Is it too low? I think it might be too low, but I think maybe we can solve that by lowering the road a little bit rather than raising the rail further. Let's take these 2 points and there we go. That should be plenty of space. And then the next part is to get the second track connected. And this bit here is a little straight section, and then we'll try to hook up somewhere around here. Okay, let's see. The connection works. The slope is way too steep here. Gonna have to do a little bit of something about that. Alright, so let's force this to not be a bridge. And then we'll lower it to about there. And then we'll put down, let's see, okay. That is way too steep for a train, obviously. Yeah, this isn't quite going to fly. I'm going to have to do some redesigning here. Take out everything from there to here. Like so. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of terrain modification here. We'll lower the land just enough to make things a little less ridiculous. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Something like that. Look how much better that looks already. I guess we kind of need at some point to also consider lowering this. But right now I think that would just complicate matters, so I'm going to leave it as is for the moment. Okay, so here's what I think we'll do. We'll go ahead and put in the bridge first, because that's going to be the most challenging part to get right, and then we'll connect on either side. So, straight bridge from right about here to right about there. And I don't know what this thing is doing right now. Oh, it is working. Not sure why it's so low. That's a little strange. But that's okay, we can fix that too. Let's try this again. I'm going to do it in 2 parts, that might be smarter. We'll put the first part in the middle right about, oh, here, I guess. And we'll go up, 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 up. Up, 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 like that seem about right? I guess that seems about right. To here. And from here to here. And that's our bridge. That's a good start. We'll go from here and nice smooth curve. Like that. You always have to check to make sure your connection's actually connected because the game is a little finicky in that regard. This is, of course, an atrocity, but we can fix this atrocity. I don't think we can fix this atrocity. No rest for the wicked, right? Alright, let's do it in a couple parts. We're going to have to put a little bit of a curve in here, but I want to keep it at least somewhat straight. Like that. Oh, yikes. That's like 12 different flavors of yikes. Try it again. Straight line to maybe here, and then a bit of a curve to say there, and automate this so we don't get too many weird slopes. And I guess this is about the height we want to be at here, right? Yeah. Maybe a little bit higher? No, that's about right. And now we need to get them to play nice together. That would involve, well, something like that, I suppose. That's not too bad. A little steep there, but we can fix that by raising that one. So now we mess with the nodes just a little more. And then all we have to do is connect this. U to curve to there, and like so. Again, with a really steep slope here. Well, that one's not too bad, but we'll raise the approach rail up some. Like that. And this little section here is kind of sunk into the terrain. Doesn't need to be. We'll go like that. Okay, this looks cleaner, and it looks like we have a nice, easy bypass for the freight terminal. So let's turn the simulation back on and see what happens. This guy's giving me connection warnings. I'm not sure why, because everything is connected. I wonder if it comes with like a subway station, and that's not hooked up. I mean, we do have a subway depot here, but the subway station is here. I guess it doesn't have to be. Whoa. Okay. This is bad, right? That's kind of very bad indeed. I'm thinking that's probably going to despawn at some point. And we're already having some more troubles here. Okay, while we wait, let's check out this subway situation. So it's saying it's not connected. I'm not seeing a subway hookup here. So I'm not too sure what to make of this. But apparently we have done absolutely nothing to fix our railroad issues. Oh, the blinky's gone away. Okay, so whatever that was just being irritating. Great. So the red trains are our local trains. It's still just an absolute crap fest here. trying to work out why, but I'm not really seeing anything. These blue trains are out-of-town trains, and they kind of just... No, those are my local trains. I'm hoping this will clear up on its own. I really am, because damn. But it might not. I can't really tell what the deal is either. Everybody's waiting for somebody else. Maybe this one wants to be here? It seems like all of these trains just want to be on the same line. Let's see. So we have a train line coming through here, but it is not stopping here. So we could, let's see, try this. No? Why won't you let me use that track? Can't find path. How is it you're not able to find a path? Are we connected properly? I mean, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but that's probably just an artifact of the... Oh, jeez, this is not better. This is so not better. All of these trains are trying to go through that one line there. And the freight trains, they have to use this southern line here. These red trains, yeah, okay, these are the inner cities, and they're using the top section. All right. Another attempt at this. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to recreate this blue line because, as you can see, it's not exactly working right. Alright, well, here we go again. It's time to mess with our train lines. The number... Oh, they're both the same color. That kind of doesn't help. Let's make this one orange. And let's delete them both. See what happens. Okay. We're going to create a brand new line. Let's see exactly where it needs to go. So right now, all we have running is our intercity trains that are coming from all over the place and going to all over the place. We also have our freight trains. They're down here, and they still have to go through the station. It's kind of an issue, but at least they have their own dedicated track. So I think what we might do, let's wait just a minute for this to clear up. We'll run our main scheduled route on this northern track as well, and that'll just kind of be the passenger track. Okay, all right, this is progress. Let's go ahead and put our stations down. And I'm gonna go with one long line for now instead of doing the two separate ones. Go from there to there, and then all the way down to here. Wow. You'll turn around and go all the way back up, all the way along here, back down to here, and second stop will be here. It's a lot of rail for only 3 stations. Maybe it would make sense to actually put in more. See how that goes. Okay, that's our train line sorted. I'm going to give this a distinct color because the red lines also kind of look like the inner city lines. So let's make our local lines our only local line purple. There. And that'll make it a lot easier to distinguish which train is going where. Okay, so just to summarize, all of our passenger trains are using this top line here. All of our freight trains are using the bottom line, and we won't know how well this has worked until we start getting some of those purple trains in here. But in the meantime, I've also managed to alleviate some traffic here, which is good. This is kind of a mess. Alright, well that should be a pretty easy fix. We'll go ahead and sort that out. Yikes. That little section is the problem right there. Alright, 4-lane road with a standard blah. Let's set this all to default so we don't get any weird bridges or anything. Oh, Jesus. I think maybe I need to turn the anarchy off because the anarchy is causing some problems. Just tiny little problems. Come on, turn off the bulldozer. Stop. Don't bulldoze me, bro. What is going on here? This is just as bad. What a mess. I don't know what was going on there. But sometimes you just need to start from scratch to get everything nice and cleaned up. That's fine. We had a road here? I'm not sure where that road went. It was like a little alleyway, wasn't it? That didn't connect to anything, as far as I can tell. Alright, I need to rezone apparently because our zoning disappeared. Of course it did. That's fine. You go ahead and be... We'll just zone the entire thing here. Oh, here. Okay, we had a alley here. That was a problem. So let's go ahead and put an alley back. And we have a one lane, one way with parking. That'll work. I think that'll work. Okay. Hopefully that's more or less sorted. Oh, right. One more thing. One more teeny tiny little thing that we kind of just need to make sure people can leave the cargo terminal. Yeah, so the problem is that the node is in the wrong place. Can I move the node without causing any trouble? Looks like I can. Okay. And now we can do this. And now, alright, this looks good. I don't think we've lost any buildings or anything as a result, and everything is okay. Nothing new going on with the school. That guy's a little weird right there. What we have done is kind of moved everything around here, so we need to fill out some of this. Go away. Let's make the brush size a little more manageable. And we kind of want something like that, I suppose. Oh. Right. Wrong button. I don't know. We don't really have a freight yard here anymore, so there's not much reason to use gravel there. No. You. And let's take a look here. This actually looks pretty okay to me. We've got some slowdown here, but it seems like it's going to be manageable. Our local lines are doing just fine. Some minor weirdness here. We've already looked at that and determined that there's some minor weirdness, and it kind of is what it is, but we can definitely smooth it out a little bit. Let's lower this. So we don't have any huge weird slopes. And that connection right there is the issue, but the trains are running at least. Ugh, okay, so this is an intercity train, and these guys kind of just decide where they want to go on their own. And I kind of wish they wouldn't use the other track, because they are causing a backup here. Oh, and that just sprung into existence, fully formed. Meanwhile, our intersection here is getting a little busy. Alright, we'll decor while we wait and see what's going on. Wrong button. Look at that. I couldn't do that if I tried. Ugh, okay, I'm making things much worse now. The best thing I can do here is clear this out and start over, I think. Alright, we'll gravel the area up behind the fence here. Well, kind of sort of behind the fence, I suppose. Let's go down to a single brush size and clean this up a little manually. Should be able to get a pretty good approximation of where we want to be at least. Right? Okay. Yeah, so there's still too much traffic here. I'm thinking maybe we can bypass this completely for some of the trains. Because, as you can see, this is already starting to back up fairly significantly. And it mostly just seems to be these intercity lines, the ones that come in from out of town, just kind of using whatever track they feel like, which is a pain in the ass. I mean, we need the passengers. I can't just tell them that they can't stop here, because that would significantly harm our passenger counts here. Look at our population, by the way. We're down to 51K. I should look at the town. I should just zoom out and make sure we're not having a huge death wave, or like one of our neighborhoods is burned down, or all of the garbage collectors are on strike or something. That doesn't seem to be the case. It's just being cyclical and irritating. Okay, so one last thing here, and then we're just going to have to kind of call it. I'm going to put a bypass track down. And I think I'm going to do it over here, actually. I'm going to go all the way around the back here, and then we'll cross over here and hook up. Honestly, maybe all the way over here. Just so those inner cities have a nice straight route that they can follow if they're not planning on stopping at this station. So, something like... Why you gotta be like that? Why do all of these intersections always end up being so weird? Just do that, I guess. No, turn off the bulldozer. Doze me not. Don't doze me, bro. Actually, I think I should be able to get this a little bit closer to the freeway. Oh, look at that. That's much better. Much better. Might have to destroy a couple of billboards to make this work. But that's a price I'm willing to pay. Apparently not a price. Yes, I want to proceed. It's just a billboard, dude. I don't need a... Are you absolutely sure you want to destroy this crummy billboard notification? I'll live. Okay. Space already occupied? What are you blathering about? Don't tase me, bro. Now what? Alright, fine. Here. We'll run it from there. What do you mean space already occupied? What are you trying to tell me here? If I turn on anarchy, I just know something terrible is going to happen here. They're not going to intersect or something. Nope. They're not. Okay, I don't know why it was being weird, but we've de-weirdified it. We have successfully unweirded it. Now we're just going to go... There's actually a little bit of a curve in the road that I need to follow. Well, that I want to follow. To say up. To say here. And then going to go over the road like this. We're going to go over this road like this. And we'll hook up. Can we do it here? No. No, we cannot. Needs to be a little more to the point here. We need to try that. Okay, this is connected. Yes, that is properly connected. This curve here is weird and funky and needs to go. That should be easy enough. We'll just go like that. Let's go ahead and destroy that little billboard down there. That doesn't serve much of a purpose anymore. So, is the height okay? If anything, it could be a little lower. I don't see any issues. And how are we doing here? How's everything look? We got this really steep slope here. I do not like the way this section looks here, so let's go ahead and try to clean this up a little. That down. Try the fine road straight slope tool and go in a nice straight line from there to there, and then from here to there. I'm not sure what went wrong here, but let's go ahead and work the problem, so to speak. We'll just delete this little section. We'll straighten this out like that. And that's definitely no longer a straight slope, is it? Let's try that again. Everything's always a challenge. Nothing's ever easy. Is that where we want it? Is that too close? There's a node right here, but that's obviously not going to fly. Everything's being difficult today. Alright, well, the rails are connected. Again, ridiculous slope here, but again, we can fix it. Let's turn the simulation back on while we do this. I can't raise it here because of the freight station. So yeah, let's go ahead and try this one more time. Jesus. Man. Alright, here, you're a bridge. The slope looks more or less workable now. This is a potential traffic issue, obviously. but we'll keep an eye on it. This is, like I said before, primarily so that the intercity trains that aren't stopping at this station can bypass the terminal entirely. And we probably won't find out if it's going to be used until some of these orange trains have spawned afresh. So for now, we're going to go ahead and leave it be, and let's work on the area around here a little bit. We had a nice little freight yard going, but we've moved a bunch of things, and now it all doesn't quite work anymore. So I'm just going to get rid of all of the alpha mapping here and see how it looks by default, and then we'll kind of work around it. Right, so this is all naturally green. Same thing over here and even down here, I think. So we've basically turned everything back to vanilla. Vanilla doesn't look great, but we can work with this. So this area back here, this entire corner, I think should be gravel. Slightly larger brush size, and just do this. All of it, that's fine. Even the area where these containers are being stored, I think. Something like that. Probably not here, though. I think we want a little bit of asphalt here for the station. Nice straight line. Hard to get those nice straight lines, so we'll take them when we can get them. Almost. Close enough. I hereby declare this close enough. How are we doing here? I haven't seen any trains use the bypass yet. That said, they don't have to if they don't want to. It's just a way to shorten travel times a little bit. Alright, well, everything seems to be working so far. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of decor in front of the station here. This is kind of just the same thing we had before. A couple of these. Anarchy is Control A. No. Shift A. No. It's American road signs. Shift P. There we go. I knew it was something. Genius, Daily. I knew it was something. Yeah, you think? Was it something? Wow, you're so smart. I wish I could stream like you do. Okay, I'll put one over here. On the edge, I don't want to like overfill it or anything. For it to be crowded. But something like that. I'll go ahead and pop down some trees. What shall we have? What's a nice tree? Not a big one, a medium-sized tree. Do something a little bit uncharacteristic. A transplanted tree. And like a kiosk. People are going to want to be able to get newspapers read. So we'll do a newspaper stand. The entrance here. There, and maybe we can have like a little area to snack. Actually, maybe here. Is there any zoning I can do there? No, barely. That's fine. We don't have to zone everything. Yeah, please have a kiosk. Thank you. A couple tables to sit at. Nice enough. And here in front of the station looks pretty good to me. I don't quite like this. I don't know if I can raise it. Let's find out. Can't select it. maybe I just won't worry about that. Now, the other thing that we might want to do here, these people seem to have no objection to crossing this road, in spite of the fact that there's no node there, so maybe it's not necessary. I was thinking that maybe we needed to put a pedestrian bridge there, but I'm not seeing the need, frankly. Another quick look here. We do have still a couple of trains just sitting around waiting for the opportunity to go somewhere, but it's not like a complete log jam. It's okay. What's going down here? Nothing really. This looks fine. I'm not sure if this little bypass here actually helps because it causes traffic here to cross each other. Alright, let's see what we have in the way of weaves. Yeah, let's grab some weaves. Weeds, brown weeds. Oh, there we go. And some grass. Huh. That's a little too tiny, but we can put a couple in there to add just a splash of color to these. Indian grass. I don't know what to make of Indian grass, but you know. Alright, let's see how we've done. I think everything seems to be okay now. I keep getting freight trains like popping into existence here. I don't think that's a problem though. Let's see, these are 80% full. Well, this one is. That doesn't mean they all are, obviously. The purple trains are scheduled. Our scheduled service. It doesn't look like we have an insane number of people waiting here. So all of this looks fine so far. See, these guys coming in on this side is just odd. And I wish I could tell the inner city trains which track they need to use. Did that guy just like pop into existence? I think maybe he did. And I've yet to see a train use the bypass, so maybe the bypass was unnecessary. Ah, shoot. It's still jamming up. We might need to make an over-under here. I don't know if it'll help, though. So the idea would be we could have a one-way track here, and then we could have a one-way track here, tunneling under this, connecting to here. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Actually, we should be able to upgrade this. We don't have to destroy it and build a new one. Just go with this and update and like that. Take another one and we'll run it, I don't know, from here off to here. And then shoot, I thought I was doing a curved track. I was not. Curved track to say here and page down until all of this is neatly underground, which seems to be right about there. Yeah, we're getting a space already occupied warning. Okay, I'm going to anarchy this. I'm going to ignore the space occupied warning, and I'm going to do this like that. And then we'll hook it back up here. And that's a negative Ghost Rider. Almost, but not quite. Okay, big. this. Can we fix it? Maybe. We'll go from there to there. We'll straight line this so that we don't have to worry about it coming above ground somewhere we don't want it to. And then we'll do this. Oh yeah, that's much better. Look at that. I have created a monstrosity. I think, let's see. I think I should be able to make this work. I feel like I should be able to make this work. That's just possible. I might be wrong. Show me the underground. Alright, we'll do a less steep slope. We'll do a more gradual. Gradual curve. We'll start out somewhere around here, and we'll just kind of ease our way into it. We'll mellow our way under these. Oh, that might have something to do with it. The fact that I had this on forced bridge mode. That's not what we want because we do want to go underground. So let's see. Okay, from here. Curved sections. We want to go from about there to here, and we want to go underground like that, I think. And then there we will run back to, I don't know, here. Yeah, that's kind of rough. I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, still not quite right. Man, this thing can be a pain in the ass sometimes. But we'll keep trying. Okay. Nice big mellow turn, like that. Make sure it's thoroughly underground by the time we get here. Like that. I'm going on a nice straight line underneath this to here. Now, you know what? We'll just run this to here at this level, and then we'll come above ground. Hopefully it'll all be a little bit easier that way. And try to hook up there. Yeah, that's definitely better. It's still a weird slope here, but I think we can work on that and kind of fix it up. Let's see. Let's lower this to right about there, and we'll just kind of lower this across the board for a more gradual slope. Something like that. Okay, is everything connected? Our tunnel's here. Our tunnel's here. Our rail's connected there. Our one-way rail here is fine. I'm not quite sure what these disconnected notifications are for. Yes, now I am. I left a bit of rail there. Okay, and hopefully that will solve any of the weird crossing issues we've been having. No, we can stop being below ground now. We've got the whole below ground thing sorted out nicely. This all seems to be more or less okay. Oh, geez, what's going on here? Oh, nothing. That was just an autosave pause. Alright, well, I'll keep an eye on this and make sure that everything keeps running, but as of right now, in spite of the fact that it's all a little convoluted, I feel like we've done a reasonable job of solving our issues here. Just need to straighten things out a tad, get everything neatly lined up so that... Oh, I broke the connection. Well, shoot. Okay. I didn't realize that was possible. I thought the connection just stayed intact. But that should be an easy fix. We're not going to have to go completely overboard to get this sorted out. Let's do this. And it looks fine. Now this section here does not need to be underground. I mean raised. We need to just... hello? Hello. Below ground. I mean, at ground level. Like that. That makes all the sense in the world. This one we need to lower a little bit. Because all these unnecessary height differentials just drive me a little bonkers. And honestly, I think we might need to just grab a straight line there and replace it. Yeah, it's still a little bit of a bump, but whatever, it's all good. We don't need to have everything be absolutely perfect. We just need everything to work well. Okay, well, all that's left to do is put down some nature. Around these tracks here. And maybe a few of these slightly different redwoods. And some ground coverage. Let's go with our good old-fashioned vegetation from the vanilla game. Something like this. We'll just go like that and nothing happens. Great. Very useful. Do it manually. Switch it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Everything's under control here. Alright, it took a little longer than I'd anticipated, and we still have some waiting at the station, but under the circumstances, I think we did a pretty good job here. So thank you all for watching me unscrew up the thing that I screwed up. That's always exciting. Appreciate your patronage as always, and I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, folks. Peace.